I'm live. So exciting. Okay, that's my shoulder. Do we need light? Does that help? Well, I have these little microphones for singing. Man, I feel like my other camera. Okay, I look better. So I'm trying that today. I'm trying to get better at looking at this thing, even though no one is watching. So thank you for not watching me because this helps me. And I am proud to be one of the jabillion users of YouTube now, putting my face out there. And I'm really quite happy that no one's looking at it because that's not the purpose. So I am currently distracted somewhat. I was trying to multitask. So I need to take a picture of this because this is from last time. And I like to take pictures of my stuff and then turn it into diagrams and whatever for the computer, on the computer, for the computer. And now today I can actually get focused and try and think through what I'm trying to do. So I don't really have much of an agenda, and that's, I think, what's annoying. I am not used to not having an agenda, and I'm having a lot of anxiety around I don't know. I'm a UXer, right? So I just keep creating shit to do. And I'm having portfolio scaries. I went on a makeup rant about it earlier today. And oh, that's the microphone. I'm not supposed to cover it up. So anyway, I'm just feeling quite anxious. And I shouldn't. That's the thing. There's actually no reason for me to be anxious about really anything. I think that we all create our own reality, right? But so what are we doing? We are standing up straight and we are now erasing this. And I didn't even know what I wanted to do except for I wanted to hold myself accountable today for doing something and feeling like I do something that is toward the goal that is in my mind that I have, the one that I keep saying I don't really necessarily need to have right now, but it's in there. And I would feel a lot better if I had a working portfolio, like one that really feels like it represented me. And there are so many different reasons. I mean, as a designer, you already know how important that is. But for me, I've never really been one to have one active unless I'm like looking for a job. And the industry is like I'm fine, right? I already told you. I already told myself. But the thing is, I'm anxious. And I've been in this field for 20 some odd years now. And I have a huge body of work. And I've been in design and interaction and operations for so long that I'm in this space that I can do so many things and do and have done so many things, but it all feels so iterative and so incomplete and so, you know, um, not like your standard design project that you might get at your company, right? Not like your standard user needs. It's been a lot. Ugh, so we're gonna put that into human words today. What do I even mean by any of that? And can I ever get myself to look at the camera? Like I said, I have no intention of doing this for YouTubing purposes. These shoes are just not cutting it for me. However, at the same time, so this is my own UX project. I realized I was having a hard time, right? So I'm like, well, what do I need to do? I need to change the environment. I need to, figure out a fun way to put pressure on myself, gamify it, if you will. I can't stand uh, how that term gets used. Um, Side note for me, talk, feel like I'm being social, do work that I love without feeling like I'm doing a ton of work, talk, think through, brainstorm, and do real UX with like a fake person. There's one that's me because no one's here, but at least I can see myself. And I get to take notes. I get to do all sorts of things from this and get ideas. So those shoes were not feeling comfortable. However, I do need to grab a different pair of shoes, which are right here on the staircase. I'm going to put on some lip gloss here and get ready to think through me and what I need to do to feel better about this mostly problem I'm creating in my own head. And like it's not a therapy problem. Like let's take care of it. Career problem or design problem or designer problem. Haha, it's a designer problem. Okay. Lip gloss, water's here, shoes are on the stairs. All right. Let's do the damn thing. And hopefully the cute little microphone works well enough. I don't know why, like, shoes like this make me feel really creative. So, oh my goodness. I think this is at least going better than my first live. And the reason it's alive is because it doesn't hold the same, it doesn't give me the same like pressure feel if it's not live. I don't know. Tried to go live from my phone earlier today and I couldn't because I don't have any subscribers. Oh, that's totally fine. I asked ChatGPT if I should like like I suppose I'm not opposed to it. Not that I'll nothing. I am so introverted that I'm like I'm having this like crisis. That's why I'm doing this exercise. So I don't have crises over no one watching my I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. I think this is bothering me. Okay, so what do I need to do today? There's a vocal warm up. That's where we need to start. There's a vocal warm up from theater. And that's where we're going to start because I'm having a day. I feel fucking off. I got really annoyed. It took me forever to get ready. And like I said, I'm creating this like weird pressure. So the vocal warm up is what to do to die today. A minute or two till two. A thing just wait, I can't remember the vocal warm up. A thing just okay, let's look it up. This is fun. La la la, what to do to die today? A minute or two till two. A thing da 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 da. Haven't done this in a long time. Okay, ready? No, no, no. God. You know what? At least like when I die someday, there will be, this video curation of this weird shit. Okay. So the vocal warm up, holy crap. By the way, I'm not enjoying YouTube's interface. And I wonder if it would be fun for me to just go through a UX of that. All right. I can't even close like this like side panel that's covering up my video because it like thinks that I need to look for chat. Okay. What to do to die today? A minute or two till two. A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. We'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-too. And the dragon will come when he hears the drum at a minute or two till two. All right, we're going to do it again. I haven't done that in years and years and years and years. What to do to die today at a minute or two till two? A thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. We'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2 at a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-too. And the dragon will come when he hears the drum at a minute or two today. At a minute or two till two. We're going to do that often. What to do to die today at a minute or two till two. Okay, ready? We're going to 5w-ing it. Or 4w-ing. 4w's. I'm right into I already. Can we read that? Can we read? Nope. All right. So, we read that. No. Sucks. Now right here. Sweet. Jesus. All right. So, let's do it here, I guess. So, we are going to do the 4w's because I'm so far away. I just can't see it. So, the 4w's. Oops. And we're going to solve my problem today. So, what are the 4w's in UX? This is something that I do just naturally all the time. And now I know there's a thing for it. So 4w's, we've got who, we got what, where, why, and depending when we can get into it. There are 4w's. When will sometimes circle in. Sometimes I've seen why and when interchanged. I've heard 5w's. But it's really about problem solving and getting toward what we're trying to do and always coming back to it. And when sometimes matters, but when, in my opinion, often comes in when you're like in software or something. So, but up for debate and can be talked about at another time. So, who? Me. I am Megan Cox. Suppose I've never said that before. So I am Megan Cox, and I am a principal UX designer. And ultimately, I am a UX architect and experience architect. What's my problem? Design anxiety, designer, right? Isn't that what I called it? Designer anxiety. And that's why, like, when is like, that's not even part of what we need to get into right now. So I'm having designer anxiety. And I think the easy way to say it is if I had a portfolio as a user, if I had my portfolio done, oh my God, overall life would be vastly better. where? Where is the problem, right? So the problem, I already said right here, is in the portfolio. So where portfolio, or I would, let's bring it up the node. I would say where from a designer aspect in my like collective body of work. I don't have any other issues then. Where is my collective body of work? How's it categorized? La la la. All right. So where and why? Oh my goodness. Career. I mean, why? Career, industry, and you know what? I don't know anything about what's going to happen with like me and like again, nothing about like my current employment. I've been people scared me. You might not have a job to go back to. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? So, of course, it's going to freak me out. And if I just had that done, what that would mean for me is okay, I don't have a job to go back to. I got to look for one. And like I said, 20 years, and I need to redo my whole body of work. And I'm not well. I have health issues. I've got fibromyalgia. And I'll just kind of leave it at that for now. But I've been having a really, really, really difficult time, especially with combined with a lot of stress. And I have a really complex background. Um, it's, full of trauma. And I think we've all had trauma in our lives. And for me, I don't weigh it more or less. I just seem to have a unique experience compared to what I have found out in the world. So it's been a lot and hard to work through. So anyway, I'm a bit in survival mode right now too, and I need to rest. So when? As soon as fucking possible, right? It's always ASAP. All right. So what's going to get me through this? Getting my portfolio done. And I just can't stand that because what do I've got going on? Well, I need to somehow encompass. Oh my God. My. Because it's not just UX design. Like, how do I show all of this? For years now, it's been a pretty immersive study into like design tokens and, UI architecture. Um, and that's not, I mean, it's fun. It's cool. I like learning about it. But the reason I like learning about it is because I am systems oriented. That is me. Systems and patterns. So for me, it's like, I don't, it's not like, oh, what project did you do? It's like, again, I'm like, okay, if I don't have a fucking job to go back to, like, what is it that I'm gonna look for? How do I want to frame myself now that it's been a long time that I've been in this field and career? And it's not just UX that I do. It's human-centered design and it's real human-centered design, and again, not ever knocking anybody for what they do. It's just what I do. Human-centered design. And that was pre-UX training and obviously now post, used to be graphic designer and then I was in PM before that for tech, right? And a ton of other things. And then I did HCI. And so now it is more academic. And so while I am systems oriented and design system oriented recently in the last few years, It's more because I am interested in systems and how they affect people. And the thing that I've always been closest to is organizational inter or inter both depending inter inter hang on both. Sorry, interorganizational. Okay, uh, like operations, inter and inner. Because for me, I before I was able to go to school, I mean, I was 27, and it took me a long time to get there for a number of reasons, right? Financially, like growing and just, being on my own for a long time, 17. And before that, I basically been on my own since I was 7, but financially ish, 16, 15. And so I always worked with people. It's always been service industry and stuff. So I always ended up helping what was going on inside those systems. And so my focus, even when I landed in UX, always was around that. Was like, and because I was in enterprise, right? And so they're always focusing on just like pushing out something that can make the algorithm happen on screen. And so for me, the constant like users, that's really what happened. The users, and the people in need in enterprise, it's always like in the organization itself. They're trying to expand without proper infrastructure. And, not only is that hard in the immediate, but I was kind of talking about it in this rant I did earlier, but like long term, it doesn't scale and people get hurt. So my focus on design systems isn't because I like a UI. It's because if the UI is scalable, the system is scalable. The organization and its people have a future. And user needs to meet. So I think I okay, this is good. What do I want? What does that mean? What projects and shit do I need to show? Where do I want to go? Obviously, I want to lead. Not necessarily. It's just that everything's broken and I feel like I can't move until everything is fixed. It's my fucking own design torture. So I didn't even write coding, right? So I've got graphic design, I've got tech PM, I've got front end coding. What do they call I can't think of the phrase. So it's front end code, It's like, fuck, like diction I can't think of it. It's like parsing dictionaries and stuff. I can't think of what that's called right now. Like structure, schema, schematic, schema. I can't think, but it's specific. Data. Oh, it's written down somewhere. Okay, stuff. Okay. And then I have, you know, so I can use like React, I can do all that, C sharp, and then I know DevOps at least. I can like read that shit. So I know how all that stuff works. Can I think of it's driving me nuts. Okay, so why does that matter? Because I need to showcase all of that, but and it can be framed through design tokens, but the messaging is human-centered design. Um, man, systems. We'll just write down these notes. Systems and patterns. Okay, I'm gonna write down front end UI architecture. Design language systems and tokens. What am I doing? I hate this. Ugh. I think we frame it here. I'm interested in human-centered design systems and patterns because they affect everybody. I have been in design ops, I guess, for years and years and years because put the organization first. Without them, who do we design for? There's nothing to exist for, right? Like for real. If an org can't scale its own UX, people people can't care, can't do their job. The ones who care leave. How do I bring in so okay, so I will go on this whole that's where like PM okay, so this is where PM ops, and really how I can tie in all of that like tokens systems work and bring that into my research methodologies. Um, behavior generative research that I do for interaction design, right? And ultimately, that's how I'm able to then like design design architecture that supports longevity of orgs, goals, and people who work there, and by expertly doing that with my research methods, I'm then able to craft a UI architecture for orgs and goals and supports people making it. And that gives us better lab and opportunity for innovation in the market. So yeah, gonna design interactions, and it's my favorite freaking thing to do, but I always end up doing this. So I think I got it all. So we've got PM, we've got ops. And how have I done that? Well, by using all of those other skills, right? So I've got, so then that's where my degree comes in, and all my other degrees, design, all of it, to have my own research methods based on like real shit, right? So I'll list those out from HCI, whatever. Da, 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 da. I'm able to prototype, right? Code, proofs, and craft elegant, modern, and brand innovative UI and interaction patterns and lead implementation. Okay. All right, cool. How long has this been? 34. I was hoping for not too long of a video. So overall, I know what I want to do. This was really good for me, actually. And overall, what can I do that will help me feel like I've moved forward on that? Call it my portfolio low. Well, let's finish my B2Y's system. Because I really can't look at my other design system right now. And yeah, we can get into that. I'm going to use that with Mooey and React and toss my site up. I either use Mooey might be easier because I already know that might be easier because I could use maybe Bootstrap. I don't know because I am making a Bootstrap library right now, but it's for C sharp and I need React. Just get it up. Because I already have a site. It's just not like themed or anything. I was just getting it up. Took it down because I don't know. And so just get it back up. So what does that mean? Finish B2I system. I'm not far. I just need to get the color palette schemas, and that's just really fucking confusing. Plug in the UI. We're good to go. Okay. Well, if that made any sense. Cool. Thank you, Megan, for joining me today. Hee 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 hee. Bye. What to do to die today? A minute or two till 2. Thing distinctly fine to say, yet finer still to do.